welcome back to the Black Leather Eyes channel. Jason here. So, alright, so it's been a few, I guess 4 weeks or something since I've been able to make a video. So, got a bit of opportunity here to jump on. So, I haven't been able to keep up with what's going on in the VC as much. So, but I'm gonna sort that out tonight. Go and drink some beer and binge watch the fuck out of loads of people's videos and catch up and see what everybody's talking about and what people are listening to and what records are showing and shit. So, okay, so a lot of stuff here that I've been listening to the past couple of weeks or whatever. So, a lot of it I was inspired to pull out of my collection because of this record here, this Danava record. Which I've been playing an awful lot of the past, past month or so. It's been getting loads of regular spins. So, yeah, brilliant record. So if you know Danava, maybe you don't, I don't know, but anybody else listening to it out there, I'm really impressed with it. Great record. Sort of takes the 70s riff rock stuff that they're really known for, and it dumps a bit of like maybe a bit of traditional metal vibe on it and speed metal energy in some of the tracks. It's absolutely fantastic. Really love it. Probably one of the best hard rock records I've heard in a while, to be honest. So yeah, Nothing But Nothing by Danava. Jesus, I haven't released a studio album in probably 12 years or something like that. But this is absolutely fantastic. The musicians in this band are absolutely on the money. You only get that good from jamming and playing a lot. But yeah, it's brilliant. They do a cover in the end of this called Cass, which I'd never heard the original before, but now I have. I've checked it out, so it's introduced me to something else as well. And yeah, it's absolutely amazing record. Is anybody listening to it at the minute? If not, you should maybe check it out. Even people who are in traditional, that sort of new wave of traditional heavy metal might dig some of this. You know, it's coming from more of the 70s riff rock sort of style, as I said. So, but you might like it, yeah. But that's Nothing But Nothing by Danava. Their new studio album, absolutely fantastic. Listen, loving it. Here's the one from 2011, which I loved when this came out. Absolutely fucking loved this album. So I pulled this out again. So this is Hemisphere of Shadows, and well, this has got amazing tracks on it, like Shoot Straight with a Crooked Gun, White Nights of Murder, Last Goodbye is a slow bone cover song. They were a 70s rock band. Riding Hood's amazing. I Am the Skull, Hemisphere of Shadows, the title track's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, brilliant band. 70s influenced riff rock stuff. So this inspired me to pull out a lot of different stuff here, like some stuff that I was listening to. It reminds me back of the MySpace days, where there was a lot of sort of where you could watch a band put up songs on MySpace and then months later watch them get a record deal. Especially a lot of those sort of, for want of a better term, retro rock bands obsessed with the 70s hard rock sound. All that was coming through at the time. So yeah, I saw Danava on a bill here in Belfast, probably 2007, 2008, somewhere around that period. It was Danava opened, and then Gentleman's Pistols and Witchcraft played as well. So I pulled out records from those bands too. So first one, Witchcraft, the third album, The Alchemist. Really good album this. Walk Between the Lines. If Crimson Was Your Colour, I have that single as well. Some Martin Bird and Hey Doctor's a good track. The Alchemist. But yeah, really good band. There was a massive buzz about their debut when they came out, wasn't there? And like that first single they put out in the first album. The people talk about Black Sabbath, but you know, a big massive tribute to Rocky Erickson and 70s Pentagram. You know, superb band. I bought everything up to the album after that. And then the band started to change, so I sort of lost interest a bit. I don't know I think they're still making records, you know. Gentleman's Pistols, so this is the other band that played that night on the bill with Danava and Witchcraft. And when this came out, 2007. Yes, it was around about that time as well. I was really looking forward to seeing these, and so they were brilliant live, really entertaining. This is another cracking 70s rock inspired riff rock album. Brilliant guitar playing on it, great vocals, stuff like Just a Fraction, Out of the Eyes, a cracking song, Heavy Petting, Park and Banshee is another cracking song on this as well. So yeah, Gentleman's Pistols, cracking album from 2007. Good to spin this again as well. Another one of the bigger bands from that period of time as well that released their debut was Graveyard. This debut came out in 2008, I think, somewhere around there. This band, this band were obviously living it. You can tell by the music. The drumming on this is perfect as well. It has this sort of jazzy sort of feel that gives it that 60s and 70s sort of vibe. But yeah, these boys were right on the money. Absolutely gorgeous vocals too. Amazing guitar playing. There's some lead vocals sung in this as well by a guy who left the band just before this came out. But yeah, Graveyard. Many fans of this debut. Great band. I haven't really kept up with what Graveyard are up in the past load of years, to be honest. I can't remember the last Graveyard album I heard, but the last thing I heard was they were still knocking out really good records. Another one that came out a few years before that, 2006, I think this came out, Witch, featuring J Masks from Dinosaur Jr. And this has Kyle Thomas on vocals, not that Kyle Thomas from Exhorder, obviously. But yeah, I loved this when it came out. I bought a single and a DVD, and I bought the album off this, which I'm going to go and show in a minute. I don't know what they're at now, but this was fantastic when it came out. Darker 70s vibe, doomier vibe, stonery sort of stuff, but this has a sound that a couple of years after this, Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats put out their first album, and then they put out another CD, and then Rise Above Records signed them, and they became cult darlings of that whole suppose that 70s hard rock Sabbath zeitgeist. You know, they really hit the mark and were off and running and became a massive cult band, but not so much with Witch. But they were sort of like they had a similar vibe a couple of years before them, you know. But this is brilliant stuff like The Seer and Soul of Fire, Black Saint, Hand of Glory, Rip Van Winkle, yeah, brilliant grooves and cracking tunes. Jay Maskus is playing drums on it, obviously. This is their second album, Paralyzed. Sorry, I got a new light here and it's doing weird things. And yeah, I don't know what the lighting's going to be like in this video. But yeah, Witch, Paralyzed. This came out around about 2008, I think. 2008, yeah. And yeah, this is punkier, more sort of angular. They went for something a wee bit different. This more freakier, more freaked out, more psychedelic, I think. More space rocky. A lot more going on in it. And I think it works really well because, you know, after a couple of years after this, I mean, there was so many bands that the whole thing was saturated, and that this gave them a wee bit of an edge, I think. And yeah, fantastic album, Witch, Paralyzed from 2008. One that came a little bit later, which I enjoyed playing again the other week there, was Mountain Witch. Not to be confused with Witch Mountain, who are a soulful doom band. But yeah, this is great songwriting on this. Brilliant tracks. Stuff like, well, the opening track in this is absolutely fantastic. The Dead Won't Sleep. Stone Age Funeral. At the Mountains of Madness has a little bit of something about the vocals in this remind me of Witchfinder General. The vocal lines maybe. Although this isn't like the steak and kidney pie, working class, beer drinking, football hooligan, fucking doom metal of Witchfinder General, you know. This has that smoother 70s sound. Great dark tunes. Really well put together. And another cheap record that's well worth picking up if you see it, if you don't know it. So I would recommend it. It's Mountain Witch. This is... when did this come out? I got 2015. I picked this up, and yeah, fantastic little album. I don't know much else about them apart from that LP. Maybe check some more of their stuff out at some point, because listening back to it again, it's just reminding me how good it is. An absolute belter. Rocky Erickson, the Aliens. Yeah, so what can I say? Produced by Stu Cook from Creedence. A masterclass in how to write lean, cool, melodic rock songs. Every song in this is absolutely fantastic. So you've got Two-Headed Dog, I Think of Demons, I Walk With a Zombie, Don't Shake Me Lucifer, Night of the Vampire, White Faces, Cold Night for Alligators, Creature with the Atom Brain, Mind, 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 and Stand for the Fire Demon. So, yeah, this is just an absolute gem. I love it. I'm sure there's people who think the recording of this is a bit too smooth, or just a bit too laid back. Maybe they want a wee bit more dirt left on it, but I think it's perfect. Yeah, superb album. Don't Shake Me Lucifer, I Want Played at My Funeral. And, well, hopefully that's a long way off yet. Alright, so another band, like Donald from Portland, Oregon, Zipper. This is a 1994 reissue of their album that came out in 75. And this features Fred Cole on vocals, who's a legend from there. And yeah, this is brilliant, sleazy, heavy rock and roll. Absolutely cracking listen. That bit of proto-punk. There's stuff in this that reminds me of where the Day Boys went with their debut record. Songs like Bullets, Born Yesterday, Face of Stone's absolutely brilliant. Rolling and Tumbling, Let It Freeze. There's a couple of previously unreleased tracks in this. Ball Bustin' Woman's a cracking tune, and on the last song on side 2 is a song called Racing for a Dollar, which is more of a boogie or heavy boogie sort of rock and roll track. Really good. Yeah, Zipper, originally from 1974 or 75, somewhere around there. Fred Cole was more known probably for this band, Dead Moon, and this is In the Graveyard. So good garage rock record, and a lot of people love this LP. I'm not completely crazy on it. I think it's fun. I think it's really, really good though. Some brilliant songs like they do covers on here like Parchment Farm and Hey Joe. Where's the other colour? Can't Help Falling in Love, which his partner sings the main vocals for it. But songs like Out in the Wire, Dead in the Saddle with that dark country vibe is absolutely fucking brilliant. Don't Burn the Fires is a really good song, and Where Did I Go Wrong? Absolutely cracking tunes. But yeah, Dead Moon, this is a reissue from a load of years back. In the Graveyard. Yeah, great stuff. Good to play it again. This next one though is hard psychedelic rock from '87, and that's Outskirts of Infinity, Lord of the Dark Skies. This looks like a New Wave of British Heavy Metal album cover, doesn't it? Until you see the back of it. So this is amazing. This has got Barry Watts, who's an amazing guitar player and vocalist, and Nick Solomon, who they both played in Bevis Prawn. Bevis Prawn plays keyboards in this as well. But yeah, this is 1987, and the guitar playing in this is absolutely fucking amazing. Just blistering. If like Hendrix, Robin Troyer, Frank Marino, only a lot more garagey. Songs like Gemini Machine, Eastern Spell, Stone Crazy brilliant. They do a Cream cover version on here, Tales of Brave Ulysses. Eyes in the Back of My Head, the opening track on side 2, is an amazing garage rock song. And the title track, Lord of the Dark Skies, is brilliant. Space rock, stoned out bliss, reaching upwards. Just amazing guitar playing on this. Yeah, this band came on my radar a couple of years ago, and yeah, but the last year I've been really digging into some of their records. This is absolutely amazing. Picked out another one of the records to play. This is Stoned Crazy, Outskirts of Infinity. Hold on to turn this over. Yep, Stoned Crazy, Outskirts of Infinity. This is basically the band getting into just getting into the studio live and recording their live set. And you know they do covers on here, Hendrix and Cream and stuff as well, but and some songs off the debut or whatever. But if somebody told you that, you know, this came out in 70 or whatever, you wouldn't think anything other of it, you know. This came out in 1989, and when you think about where guitar rock went in the UK, guitar bass bands, and where it went in the coming out of the 80s into the 90s, and the whole what the press dubbed Brit pop and Brit rock, I suppose, by mid 90s, you know, we could have had this, right? This could have been it, Outskirts of Infinity, but instead we got fucking Cooler Shaker. Here's another good UK garage band. If you like Hypnotics and stuff like that, you might like this. This is another Cheapest Chips record that can be found. This is Stewed, Ahead of Confusion, and yeah, this got saxophone on it, harp, fuzz guitar, great psychedelic grooves, and a really fine, solid UK garage rock band from 1996. This, yeah, stuff like High Roller, Said Come On is brilliant. The opening track is Side B, Today I Cried, is absolutely amazing. Freedom Express, really good listen. If you see it laying about for a couple of quid and you're into garage and psychedelic rock, pick it up. If you haven't heard it. Cracker, Fuzz Tones by Surgic Emanations. This is the first Fuzz Tones record I ever bought. I bought this the same day as I bought the 12-inch of She's Wicked. But yeah, absolutely love this record. Great to spin it, just brilliant garage rock, and it's got a gorgeous cover. Yeah, nothing else to say, but that album just fucking rules. Here's one I didn't listen to, and I hadn't listened to in a long time either, and that's Wolfblood. I pulled this out. Now this is an American band, more sort of coming from a sludgier end of things. Good dark doomy tracks on some of the stuff like Witch and Okro Logo and Dancing on Your Grave. Dancing on Your Grave. The guy has a sort of slow-mo voice thing going on. The song on here, Exile, puts in a wee bit of a hardcore energy into it as well, but mostly just good dark tunes. The hype sticker says for fans of like Wind Hand, I Hate God, and shit like that, you know. It's a good spin. So then, yeah, a few more. Cathedral, Static Magic EP. Yeah, this is bumpers good. Really enjoy this. Lead Oran's a bit mental on this. This is, you know, they're still pushing it out, you know, Sonic motherfucker. And yeah, the Dorian's voice can get a bit annoying, especially on the 22-minute epic on the B-side, The Voyage of the Homeless Sapien. And yeah, his voice is really pitchy. But, you know, you come here for the riffs as well, don't you? Jennings is a riffs master, and this is a really fun spin. Pulled out the Hopkins 10-inch as well. This is another good spin. They do fire and stuff on this, and yeah, it's good to hear this again too. And this is probably my favourite, most important Cathedral record. This is the Soul Sacrifice EP, and I picked up all these Gods of Grind EPs when they came out. The Confessor one, Entombed, Carcass, Tools of the Trade EP, and I still have them all. But this, out of all those, this was the one. This came out in 1992, didn't it? Well, this has got like Soul Sacrifice, slightly different to the. It sort of hints where they were going to go on the next album compared to the first one, but even when I heard the second one, I was taken by surprise with how far they pushed some of that out there. But Soul Sacrifice, Autumn Twilight's an amazing track. Frozen Rapture, Golden Blood, Flooding, probably my favorite Cathedral record. The most important to me, 1992, when I started really looking into doom metal because of bands like Cathedral, which I've probably talked about a fucking 100 times or whatever. But yeah, and here's their second. I was talking about this in my community feed on YouTube about how this record. This is the original I bought when it came out on blue vinyl. I was really looking forward to it. Picked it up, absolutely loved it, blown away by it. Dorian's voice pushes out into realms of just fucking nuts. His voice bonkers on it. It's what I wanted to hear at the time. I still think it's absolutely fantastic. It's still got some amazing doom metal on it, and it's got more groove and stuff obviously on it. Well, like Midnight Mountain, Enter the Worms, Grim Luxuria, Fountain of Innocence, Phantasmagoria. Absolutely brilliant record. Yeah, this I lent this to somebody in the 90s, and I didn't get it back again for 20 odd years. When I was at another friend's house having a drink one night, and he had it there. He had borrowed it off my other friend, and thankfully I got it back. So yeah, Cathedral, Ethereal Mirror, superb LP, love it. Okay, I'll do two more. So this is Solace with 13, and I hadn't spun this in a while. This is two records. I have never listened to this from top to bottom the whole way through in one sitting, but it is a good spin. Heavy, good doomy pieces, sludgier atmosphere in it. Lots of 70s riff rock in it too, on the heavier end of things as well. I picked this up off the strength of an album I picked up before this, which, what was it called? Further, I think it was called. I really enjoyed that record. I picked this up, and this is good too. They do a cover of a Pentagram song on this, and an Agnostic Front song, which gives you sort of an idea of where they're coming from, you know. But yeah, that's Solace 13. Sorry about that late. It's whatever. Alright, so last one. St. Vitus, Born Too Late. Absolute classic, jam. St. Vitus came straight out of the gate with that debut album. Didn't change. Didn't deviate from their path. Stuck to what they wanted to do and what they loved until people started to fucking fall in love with them. Great rock and roll band. Brilliant album. Not my favourite by them, but it is brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant dark songs about depression, alienation, just on the level, street stuff, superbly heavy, amazing guitar sound, dark soulful vocals, one of the best doom metal bands ever, huh? St. Vitus, Born Too Late, so love it. So I'll leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to talk about any of these records, please go into the comments and we'll have a chat. And I'm going to catch up on a lot of people's videos. It's absolutely fucking roasting here at the minute. And yeah, anyway, I hope you got something to enjoy out of that. If not, well, whatever. All the best. See you later. Bye.